Let's come to some of the other prophets. In fact, I want to go immediately to Jesus right now. Jesus, peace be upon him, according to the Quran, he's the Messiah or Messiah. He is the chosen. He is the Christ or Christos. If you know the Greek, he was Christos, which became Christ. He's the Logos, the Word. He's the virgin birth, the Immaculate Conception. He cured sick, healed the lame, even gave sight to the blind, and even brought a dead man back to life. This is in the Quran. And it tells us he did all of this by the permission of Allah to show the people that he was, in fact, the very one that they'd been looking for. He was the Messiah, and he was the chosen. He was the Christ to them. Why didn't they accept him? And many of them rejected him, and only a few really followed him. But he was, according to the Quran, the very person they should have been watching for. Now, where is Jesus now? According to Islam, he's with God. God pulled him up, and he's with God now, and he's coming back in the last day. How? Alive. He left the earth alive. He's with God alive, and he will return alive. Similar to the way that Jonah went into the whale. Alive, stayed in the whale for a while, alive, and came out alive. That's one of the signs that we know by. Now let's come to the next prophet, Prophet Muhammad. We know that Jesus is coming back in the last day, but let's talk about the last messenger. After Jesus, peace be upon him, there was one other final messenger who came from the other branch of the Abrahamic faith. The last of the ones from Isaac is Jesus, and the last from Ishmael is Muhammad. And what did he teach us? He was, first of all, a normal man, normal birth, lived and died. He had excellent character, no bad habits. He was not a drinker, and he wasn't a stinker, and you know what I mean. And the time when those people all had these horrible habits, he did not have any of that. So much so, they called him things like the truthful one, the honest one, the one that kept a trust. He had many beautiful nicknames that they gave him because he was so oddball to them. He was so, what we say, square? He was so odd to them because he didn't partake of their mischief and madness. So the worship of the God of Abraham is exactly what we were being told to do by Muhammad. The same message that came with the other prophets. Worship the God of Abraham, one God with no partners. And to believe in all of these messengers and believe in the books with which they were sent, and especially you have to believe that Jesus is the virgin birth, did the miracles of God, and carried that same message. The message of there is no God to worship except the God of Abraham. And Jesus will return to the earth, and he will bring peace when he comes.